guys, it's Namastayu. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to react to Game of Thrones. I'm excited because it has been a long time, probably a month and a half. Actually, I was looking at the last time that I react to Game of Thrones. It's been like a month and a half. Oh my god, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. It's because, I've warned you because shows were coming out and I have to finish off what I've started. I still have to finish watching Vikings Valhalla, and Vikings. So there's a lot that I'm gonna watch, and I've been busy. And Game of Thrones is a demanding show. I have to be extremely attentive. It's not the type of show that I can binge watch like all once. It's something that I have to experience one by one, just because it's a lot. It's very demanding emotionally, and also storyline wise it's complicated because there's so many characters, and I have to be extremely attentive because you guys usually get me when I lose track of names or events, or that I forget things. You guys get me each time, so I can't lie. I have to watch it multiple times sometimes because some things I miss or I don't remember. So that's why I try to take my time with these reactions and talk to you about the characters and character developments. It takes forever to review and react to this show in particular, but I'm planning to do so more often now, so hopefully every week you're gonna see an episode of Game of Thrones. I hope. We're almost done with season 2, by the way. We have 3 more episodes, I believe, so I'm gonna try to see if we can squeeze it in 1 or 2 weeks so you guys can see the end of season 2. So let's get into it.
I brought you a present, Lord of Bones.
Already got one, Crow. Don't need 2.
Mance will want to
Just
question
chilling,
this one.
basically.
Knows all about where the crows are and what they're planning.
Well, half I knows more. This one's just a little boy. Got him.
He could have killed me half a dozen times.
And now he wishes he did. Got him.
But he's a bastard of Winterfell, Ned Stark's son. Mance will want him.
What does Mance want with a dead man's bastard?
Don't know. Think he'll want to decide for himself.
When I speak to people from the north, they all loved your father.
He was the best man I ever met. I know children always think that about their fathers, but he truly...
Children do not always think that about their fathers, believe me.
Yeah.
He once told me that being a lord is like being a father. Except you have thousands of children, and you worry about all of them. Farmers ploughing the fields are yours to protect. The charwomen scrubbing the floors, yours to protect. The soldiers you order into battle. He told me he woke with fear in the morning and went to bed with fear in the night. I didn't believe him. I asked him, how can a man be brave if he's afraid? And that is the only time a man can be brave, he told me.
I wish I could have met him.
He would have liked you.
Robb has grown so much from season 1, and even in these episodes he has grown so much. And the fact is that I like about this is just the way he talks about his father is beautiful, and he really is the one that mentions him a lot. And Ned Stark, despite being dead, he kind of is a longing is kind of an incumbent presence on all the characters. Like, he's truly present because they talk about him, they talk about what he said, like they quote him, they talk about his thoughts about life and reality that they lived in, like their philosophy, his politics, his character. So he's a strong presence even after his passing. I always thought that he was going to be the main character. I always thought that he was going to be the key character in the show because of the poster. There's a poster of him sitting on the throne. I always thought that he was the main character in a way, and I think of course there's so many main characters, but he's the type of character that left us so soon, but left such a imprint on the show, and he will never be forgotten. And I think he's the only character so far to me that has that presence in the show. I think none of the characters that have passed have left me with such reflection you know, that I keep thinking about them and what they would have said and the way they acted. It's just marvelous. I think he was a beautiful character. I wish that he lasted longer than one season, but I feel like it was not on purpose because he was supposed to be that presence, that invisible presence throughout the show. And I really hope this is maintained throughout the season, not just season 2.
Masterly Rock, son of Tywin. The captive knight has a right to know his captor's identity.
Really?
Brienne of Tarth.
Tarth. Crescent moons and starbursts. Lord Selwyn Tarth. Your father.
He's
Do you have
mocking
any
her.
brothers and sisters, my lady?
Such a bad
It's
guy.
a long way to King's Landing. Might as well get to know one another.
Oh my
Have you known many men? I suppose not. Women? Horses?
Oh my god.
Didn't mean to give offense, my lady. Forgive me.
No crimes are past forgiveness, Kingslayer.
Why do you hate me so much? Have I ever harmed you?
You've harmed others.
That's
Those
enough.
you've sworn to protect. The weak, the innocent.
Has anyone ever told you you're as boring as you are ugly?
I wanted to say that she reminds me of Joan of Arc a lot. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but she reminds me in character and in looks as well. Joan of Arc, I don't know if she was blonde. At this time, I'm not remembering, but definitely she had a similar hairstyle. They said, and she was a little bit shorter. Obviously, she was a little bit. I think she was very tiny. But she reminds me of her so much. The way she acts, the way she presents herself, her attitude, her demeanor. She reminds me of her for some reason in movies, in literature, in, you know, on screen. It just reminds me. Her story reminds me of her. Might be the case, but it's just a sensation that I have when I watch her on screen, the way she acts. It's just amazing. There's so many references in the show, so it's quite unlikely that I wouldn't recognize it from other pieces or other literature pieces. So yes, it's quite extraordinary to recognize famous characters or existing characters into these fictional characters. Like I do feel the Game of Thrones has drawn from history and many historical events, and I think Joan of Arc is one of those. I think she reminds me of her so much.
In the court to ride west to safety.
Surrender the Iron Throne.
Better than seeing their
nice.
heads mounted on the city gates. Stannis will execute them all.
No, a king who runs will not be king for long. He's a Lannister. He'll stand and fight. Stannis, 2 days from the capital, and a wolf at my doorstep.
Scouts assure us Robb Stark remains north of Ashmark.
So
The last
interesting.
time the
She's
scouts
inside
assured us
your,
of Stark's movement, he lured us into a
your
trap.
home.
Which is why my son is his prisoner. Too close to Casterly Rock.
He sent a splinter force to recapture Winterfell. The Greyjoys have done us a great favor. Stark won't risk marching on Casterly Rock until he's at full force.
He's a boy and he's never lost a battle.
I'm sorry. Where were you?
A man has betrothed you, T.
Tywin Lannister was right here, and now he's gone.
A girl owes one more name. The Red God demands it. Give the man a name.
Name.
How long after I give you the name does it take you to kill someone?
A minute, an hour, a month. Death is certain. The time is not.
He's taking his army to attack my brother. I need him dead right now.
This a man cannot do.
You promised you'd help me.
Help was not promised, lovely girl. Only death. There must be others. Give a name, any name.
And you'll kill them.
Yes, he said he
Anybody.
would. God.
By the 7 new gods and the old gods beyond counting, I swear it.
All right. Jaqen Hagar.
A girl gives a man his own name.
That's right.
Gods are not mocked. This is no joking thing.
I'm not joking. Man can go kill himself.
Unname me,
No,
please.
I'll unname you.
Maybe.
Thank you.
If you help me and my friends escape.
This would require more than one life. This is not part of our bargain.
Fine. Jaqen Hagar.
I feel these two. Oh, yeah. She's getting very close.
How are you?
They're cute.
How am I? I've had to arrest my mother. The Lannisters have my sisters. The man I considered my closest friend has seized my home and my brothers. I'm fighting a war and I don't know if I should march south or
I'm
north.
sorry. It was a stupid question. I'm sorry. I would not waste my years planning dances and masquerades with the other noble ladies. And when I came of age, I would never live in a slave city again.
She's a beautiful woman, by the way. Just a lot of that.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
She's,
You told me of your problems.
She's a modern
and
woman. Oh my God,
I'm
he's gonna
glad
kiss
I
her.
don't
I don't
He's
want to
gonna
marry
kiss
the
her.
Frey girl.
What?
I don't want you to marry her.
What the fuck? You can't do that.
But you needed that bridge.
No, it's not a good idea.
It's a very beautiful bridge.
They have a deal, right? With them ugly men. Despicable man. Oh my God. This is not good, guys. Isn't it supposed to make the deal and keep the deal and keep the promise of marrying that daughter of his? Oh my God. This is not good. This is not, how the hell is he gonna get out of it? The only way to do it is just to kill him off too, you know? That's the only solution I possibly can get. Like, he has to kill him, because otherwise he's gonna kill him after promising that he would marry his daughter, one of his daughters, and yes, like, what is he gonna do? Could he have her as a lover and then marry that one? Like, that would resolve things, right? But I'm sure she has dignity and she doesn't want to go through that. I'm sorry, I'm giving bad ideas, but I'm just saying, like, this is not good at all, because this is kind of breaking the plans.
At all times. I have many little birds in the north, my lord, but I haven't heard their songs since Theon Greyjoy captured Winterfell.
The Stark forces are distracted. Now is the time to strike.
Okay,
To strike?
smartass.
My dear nephew, you do see these men preparing the walls for siege. You do understand Stannis Baratheon sails this way?
If my uncle Stannis lands on the shores of King's Landing, I'll ride out to greet him.
A brave choice, your grace. I'm sure your men will line up behind you.
They say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile, from ear to ear.
Imagine Stannis' terror.
A ship with a good captain. She leaves for Astapor tomorrow.
Astapor,
We cannot stay here.
they have my dragons. Mother does not flee without her children.
They're not your children. I know they call you the mother of dragons, and I know you love them, but you didn't grow them in your womb. They didn't suckle at your breast. They are dragons, Khaleesi. And if we stay in Karth, we'll die.
You should sail to Astapor. I'm sure you'll be safe there.
You know I would die for you. I will never abandon you. I'm sworn to protect you, to serve.
Then serve me.
Walk through the stream to throw off the hounds. Hope this would be the last place they'd think to look.
You're right. So far.
Who was that out there? Hung up at the gates?
Must have been the farmer's boys.
Killed them, burned them. And passed them off as little lords.
They mustn't know. Bran would blame himself.
They'll never hear it from me. The little lads have suffered enough.
Okay, guys, this is the end of the episode. I'm a little bit... I don't know, I feel a little bit disconnected because it has been like a month or so that I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so I had to remember exactly how I left off, like how I was left off the last episode. So it took me a while to get into it, but as soon as mid episode, I kind of like got into it. I said, okay, we're back, we're back at it. You know what I mean? It was an excellent episode. There's not one episode I don't like. I seriously, each episode is great, and they're kind of equal. I don't have a favorite episode so far, excepting season. I'm not talking about season 1. Season 1 absolutely do, and I discussed that on my, I think I did a review, right? But yes, it was on season 2 that I felt like there's not really an episode that shines over others. They're all like all good so far, but we're almost done. Usually I'm attracted to first episodes or last episodes. Usually those are the episodes I usually gravitate towards being my favorite. So we'll see how things go. And I just feel like Bran has a significance that's still untold. Like he's very treasured, and I think he's going to be King of the North because the way they treasure him, it seems like that's his future after Robb. Robb will have children though, so I don't know. It's just they're giving so much weight on Bran. They keep him like in a concealed secret. I don't know. I have that feeling, that sensation, but I'm not sure that they're kind of like they're protecting him too much. I don't know. I don't understand why he's not even with his mother. Like they're protecting him. So I feel like he's going to have an important role for the North, for his people. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just know that he has weird dreams and he has special abilities in that sense. So that probably is going to play out in the future. And with regards to, well, Sansa I haven't seen in this episode. I mean, I didn't see much of her. So I would like to see more of Sansa. I didn't see her. And then Jon Snow, I would like to see more like the interaction, how that's going to go with Ygritte, something like that. And yeah, I really loved the episode overall. It was good. Daenerys' storyline is always at the end or in conclusion of the episode. It kind of ends the episode usually. So that's interesting to me. And I do feel like it's kind of interesting how Arya's interaction with that man, and she just wants to save Robb in any way and help him in any way. So she's kind of a player that's being undermined, but in reality she's kind of like playing the game. It's interesting because everyone in Game of Thrones is playing the game except for Jon Snow. Jon Snow is the only one that's not playing the game, if you guys know what I mean. He's really the only one, and I did discuss that in the comments, in some of the comments down on some of my videos, and that's what attracts me to him, because he's the only one that's not playing the game, and I think is the one that's absolutely capable of playing, but he doesn't want to. That's the problem. He doesn't want to, even though he does have the strength, he does have the looks, he does have the personality, he could play it, but he just doesn't want to. He just wants to find himself. I really like this episode. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode, and yes, your perception of the characters. I think Robb has improved so much. He grew on me. I disliked him in the beginning. I kind of didn't have much of a feeling for him, but now that this girl came into his life, he kind of humanizes him a lot, and he's a good person, and he's a good man overall. He's a good man, and he really does want to be a good king, and he doesn't know exactly what he wants. He's a little bit confused, which I stated is a problem. It's a problem because if you want that throne, you gotta know what you want to do with it. You want to have an idea of what's going to happen and what your expectations are, and if you have no idea what to do once you have it, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's insecurity, and you cannot have that as a king. So that concerns me a bit, but I think she gives him strength. Hopefully they're going to resolve the issue of the promise he made to that girl, you know, to that family, Frey, whatever, to that ugly man. And I'll see you in the comments. Bye!